Sorry, before we go
Yeah.
there, can I just ask a question? Because this project is running for 2 years, this group of students that we are putting up this year, are they going to be the same? Are we going to try the same group for greater strength and validity of results, or is it going to be a different group altogether?
I haven't thought about this question at all. And because I haven't thought about it, I haven't talked to him about it. Intuitively, based on precedent, although we don't need to follow precedent, intuitively, based on precedent, we haven't been following. We haven't been following, but it's quite aligned with my so-called my CCA paradigm, where you may get some interested people from 2012. I don't know. We can talk about
no,
this.
but this year, right? Remember, we actually taught the Sec 1 last year. If you want to, we can actually do the Sec 2 this year. Then next year, we can actually follow with the Sec 3.
Oh, that's up to you. It's up to you to tell me what you want to do.
But then that's a very special thing, then these kids would be
Yeah, then you
the
see,
SL.
and then you see what is the result.
So you want
What's
to
the
add in
outcome?
another level or not? I'm quite happy adding in another level. You want to add in another level? You just tell me. I will put it down. I think there's merit in that.
It's the one that we can do.
No, I know how to answer your question, Spencer. I would answer Spencer's question in the following way. I would not wish to, because the subsequent year's curriculum may not lend itself, for example, like human job. Actually, human job a little bit more difficult to do for SL, a little bit. Human job for SL is very good for what he calls CO. Okay, human job for SL is very good for what he calls CO, because then we go on to the teacher takes the avatar onto the main, I will explain this to you no time this long. So the teacher takes the avatar onto the mainland. On the mainland there are like streets and cities and all that, but it's the adult's avatar lah. So there's no worry about child protection and everything. So basically, literally, like how NUS takes the job students to go to Holland Village to do the mapping, the land use mapping of all those shop houses. We can do that as well. Because there are shops, there are hotels, there are streets, and there's buildings, and there's people to interview. Although of course they won't be doing an interview because only one teacher at a time. But we can do that kind of human job. But human job on a private island is very difficult to do, because it needs. The only way I can think about it is the way that you guys have done it, which is to build your own stuff. You see, and I'm trying to explore other models apart from building our own stuff. I mean, people have, rather than rely on people to build stuff for us. So my answer to your question is, I suspect that for certain years, the syllabus lends itself better to SL than for other years. Yeah. Okay. Now. Yeah, so I assume you are talking about, you are discussing among yourselves whether to cater to the so-called seniors, right? Okay. So now, while the two of them are discussing, let's think about the land use. MOE folks, if you want to jump in, just jump in. So correct me if I'm wrong, but last Friday we said that we had three sims, right? Plus 2. Yeah, 3 sims plus. Yeah, I want to ask you, I forgot to ask you that name. Sorry to just suddenly, but don't worry, this is not an awkward question. I don't think it's an awkward question. If it's awkward, I'm not trying to make you feel awkward. Your funding will last to 2013, right?
No, our funding finished it.
So who's going to pay the tier? Meaning, when will the island be taken away?
The school will pay.
So the island can. No, but somebody has to pay Linden Lab, no? So you got in. So are you? So.
But if your funds can surpass the.
Yeah.
Better.
I understand, of course. Totally understood. That's why I'm trying to budget, because will your funds last until 2013?
No,
I think your funds will only last until the end of the year.
No, the funds that we received last year has already been spent for the existing island.
Yeah.
So that's already paid for.
No.
The rental for the existing island this year.
Rental, no.
Yes, rental existing island this year we budgeted for it. So we are paying for it ourselves. But
okay.
if you want to,
You can, no, of course I will do whatever I can to help you. Don't, no, Spencer, that one is taken for granted.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah. But if I am going to help you, that means we have to count off one. If, in other words, the reason I'm asking you is because we have a pre-populated island, right? And we may even have 2 pre-populated islands, right?
Yeah.
But these islands require money, I would love to jump in and help you, and I really want to do so. But this means that if I need to know when your money runs out, because then I need to know how many extra islands I can afford. Because I have budgeted for 3 SL islands. Now, if 2 of those islands are going to be yours, so to speak, but actually not yours, but ours. But yours has, yours in the sense that already got vendor content, which is very good. Then we will only work with 1 island. Then we do this as an e-workbook. This is a combination of e-textbook and logo. You understand? I need to know when your money runs out, but maybe you don't know.
No, the school is it's our own funding basically.
Okay, so for example, Spencer, each island costs every month it costs US $295 a month.
Yep.
Okay, so times 12 times 2 times 2 years, But I do not how.
Yes. You have paper.
Okay. Okay. So But I'm trying to relieve you of some of the burden. So let's say.
But the concern is, I'm sorry, if you want to, because if you're going to pay for 2 islands and then you're going to reduce just to 1 island left, I'm afraid that the secondary schools may not have enough land space to
so
play
I agree. So let's do, since I have money for 3 islands for 2 years, since I have money for 3 islands for 2 years, maybe I think I can help you with this So this becomes my 3rd island Then I can help you with your tier In fact, we will relieve some money because this is the ongoing cost, no? Okay. Let's do this properly. Let's do this. Okay, this is ongoing cost, but to buy an island costs US 1,000 So 1,000 plus 1,000, but you already bought this island, so I don't need to buy it. I just need to maintain it.
Yep.
So I free up 1,000 US, So I free up 1,000 US, but it'll be absorbed quite fast into tier It'll be absorbed pretty fast into tier.
Budgeted with ITB paying for it.
We have allocated IT funds for it
No, but I also don't want to I don't want to lynch off them, It's not fair.
I think
because they're allowing us to go into their space,
He's trying to tell you that it's somebody else, right?
I think the school also I think it's better for you to have 3 islands on its own.
3.
Yeah, because I think.
But I don't want to look as if I'm being a parasite, that's not me,
I think we're okay with it.
Okay until such time. Never mind, we review in 2013 At the most, we can just let one island go In 2013, if necessary, we let 1 island go. Then we continue supporting the island Okay. Okay, fine. So altogether, it seems now that for 2012 we can plan for 5 islands 2 of which are pre-populated. Okay. So now, given that obviously it won't be a nice regular shape, so it'll be some kind of weird shape. So we can. So maybe is it like this or like what or what? So we need to plan all this out. So let's get the money out of the way. How shall Spencer, we need to have a rough idea again, like what we are trying to do, what Nathaniel was trying to do with us. What does Pulau Kosan look like now? I'm just how should we do this? Yeah, maybe you want to sketch it, just do a sketch of Pulau Kosan.
I just put the mat on.
Yeah. Are you guys okay to do it? Just feel free to jump in.
Spencer, we were able to populate the island using our
No. The island actually is populated. It's quite. We start it out together. We don't have the scripting.
Because if they're able to build using the iPad, we can experiment with the iPads as well.
I don't think the second one doesn't run. Even on the PC has been quite reasonably high performance.
2020?
No, you know what was the map reading? You see, we have got this island as in, and then we have the counter planes, like the box. But what happens is, because the box are the box. So what you can actually see is the shape of the island, and so the plane can actually map out the island, shut itself, and cut it into. So it's more powerful than your box because your box is just a box, and then you draw the line in.
You need the board.
No, we just
get
yeah. Oh, we can draw the board. Oh, that's what you mean, right? Yeah. Place on the board. Okay, good.
This is
Yeah.
It allows you to see.
Is it like you can cut this piece out?
I know what you mean.
Okay.
Is it mean that's more
So now,
powerful?
So last week we are talking about the board.
yeah.
Cannot say
Okay,
bottom.
so can I will?
Because
Okay.
cannot say bottom.
Okay. So
South.
roughly like you know this place better than me. Okay, good. That's it now. Okay, good. Oh, maybe we on the surface land use is what? Surface land use is what? Surface level land use, not sky. Surface level land use. No, you know what? Where are your zones? Yeah, but I can't read.
All this is
Reef,
water,
right?
yeah, the reef.
Okay, the reef.
This one is oil.
Okay.
This is mangrove. Mangrove, the beach.
Power station.
Power station is in the sky, no? Is it
So there's one at the bottom.
House is here lah.
ground level?
Yeah.
Okay. That's it. Is there a lake? Is there a lake here? What is this? Is it beach or?
This is the beach.
No, but is it like what's this? Is this a water body?
You have a coconut
No.
forest there.
Actually, this was actually part of expansion. We wanted to do quarrying. Teach them
Quarrying.
Yeah.
Oh, so-
like this.
Okay, so it's negotiable
It's
lah.
actually a mountain.
Oh, right now it's
Mountain.
right now it's high relief lah. Right
Yes,
now it's a
correct.
mountain. Okay, fine. Okay. So
Sorry, these are the mangroves. Mangroves are here. So the oil plantations are actually working this way.
oh, there's a path, right?
Yeah, this is the mangrove. The
Ah.
boardwalk.
Oh, the boardwalk is only along the northern shore.
Yeah.
Okay. Good, ah. That's tough.
Very interesting.
This time I'm more than happy to help them with the funding. You had a very good mentor. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah. So we at that time, yes, last week we hadn't thought of where to put the. Let's think of where to put the. How shall we do this?
Last week you said south.
How do I? Yeah, we're building a second
Because
island.
last week is
but
south,
we haven't
right?
built
This is
it.
south.
That's the first island.
South.
So yeah, I'm still in discussion.
Yeah.
South and southeast.
I think it's one south. And then you remember you divided the.
You do. One of you.
East.
You have half here, right?
Yeah.
You have one here, south. Then you have a half island,
Oh yeah, there was a half. Correct.
right?
Yeah.
So this is two.
And then where?
And then one more in the north.
No, that's all.
No, we have one. We have five.
Yeah.
That
No, I
is
think
two already.
there was. Because our
There's
second
another
island will
two,
be here.
yeah.
Oh, your second island is here.
My
Okay.
second island is here.
Okay, good. Okay, so that's it lah. This is our tentative. Okay.
Then there is one
Because
more, right?
because for them
So
they
that
don't
means
know.
there's one
No,
more.
no, no.
And
These
for
are actually two full
rest,
islands.
oh, these rest.
Demarcated half full.
Ah, yeah.
These are two full
Yes.
islands.
Yeah,
but half
correct.
is
I know.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So. We're here. Sorry. I need to explain this to you because yeah. Okay. Sorry, that's right. Sorry. Okay. So currently what's happening here is that this is the existing island that Quadran has, and they have kindly allowed us to have access to the resources here. Over here, I think this is still negotiable, but currently the plan is for the second island to be here, and then Spencer can tell you what activities are going on here. What is it primarily?
Primarily in terms of waste management, that's one thing. So we may want to put up a replica of Pulau Semakau because we already have one of Czech Jawa. And then apart from that, we're talking about more to water management as well, specifically because we are doing in terms of a module of the CC module where NE comes in as well. So we're going to probably put in new water, desalination, for example. And
Okay, so like the
possibly
water
a
tax
green
lah.
city, that means to say a city that actually environmental kind of friendly.
Okay.
So can I get a sensing of how much land area equivalent is one?
It's 256 by 256 meters. How big is a football pitch? 200 by 200. A track is 200. Huh? A track is 100. Yeah. Okay, so okay. I think we should color in the water. So try not the water. For those of us who do not have been. So this is water, right?
Yeah.
Now, then for the benefit of Kelvin, primarily, and of course the two officers, the reason this looks weird is because this is actually, as was intimated earlier, this is half an island. But what do we mean by half an island? What we mean by half an island is that this other half, this is going to be used for terraforming. Okay, so this is our sort of like masa playground area where we get that. So this is for the map literacy part. Although of course some of the map literacy part can also go into the main other. Okay, so Kevin, right now you don't have an idea, but basically this is like this. So we were saying that to make it authentic, look authentically contiguous, this should be like a ridge, or rather there should be. In other words, the land should start rising here lah. The land should start rising here because it's going to be a huge. This is a huge watershed. Okay.
Yeah.
So the land should start rising here because here will be all high ground. Karen and Habibah, remember last year we did the starting state was a bay, but I think to be geomorphologically correct, the starting state should be high, then it will go down rather than orogenic uplift. Okay, so so this part is higher, so this part rises, which leaves us with this. Oh, so this has to be land, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so if this is land, anybody can come up here and take control of the pen. It doesn't matter. So this is land. So the land should start. So this has to be. I don't know. What shall we do here? Okay, let's see what we're doing here. What are we doing for? So there's reverse hose, water supply, and EE. Okay, I need us to start.
They can build land that crosses over to Orchard site again, right? So that means another land, effectively making that reef area a lagoon type.
We had a small discussion on that. I know, but remember we had a discussion on that, and that is we cannot have a reef in a lake. Yeah. So it should not appear as if it's a lake, but we can have. So in other words, all this is open water, right? I think we can do that. That's not a problem. Because, okay. How else do we need anything else?
Kenneth, I'm thinking of exploring volcanicity, so I don't know whether you want to do this
do I have any
year or
ideas
next
on that?
year.
We can have years that on
Yeah, but we need to have a lesson. We need to have a, So, what kind of? Are you still thinking about the stuff, or have you managed to go beyond? Because I can't.
volcano settlement.
I tell you what I have. No, I tell you what I have for my own on the mainland for the field study center which I maintain on the mainland.
Okay.
For the field study center which I maintain on the mainland, I have an island. So it's the same, but this is the mainland same. Okay. So I have an island. And then I put a volcano here. And and then people can walk into the volcano volcano, but it's in a sense, it's a kind of like a quasi-fantastical volcano because it's a cavern rather than, I mean, it was like, it's not a proper geomorphologically correct volcano with lava chamber. I mean, of course, no lah. So let's forget about the inside. Okay, let's forget about inside because actually it's a quasi-fantastical Jules Verne kind of volcano. Okay, like James Bond, those kinds of volcano. But more significantly, somebody has done a very good lava flow. So I placed it here, a vent of basic lava, So I placed it here, and then so it has steam. So I placed it such that the vent of basic lava flows into the water, and then when it touches the water, the steam will come out. And then I put some boulders under the water so that it looks as if the lava has solidified. Okay, and then I have a little learning trail. Preston not the only one, the learning trail. I have a little learning trail, and then I asked, one of the questions I asked is, see, I'm just follow arrogance. Arrogance has so. Arrogance. Yeah. Okay. So don't be arrogant, otherwise God will strike you down. Okay, but I don't know what I'm going to say. But yes. Thank God. Okay. So my question on the learning trail is, basically to do it, why you think there's a vent of lava here? So what I'm trying to get at is that there's the whole island is volcanic. The context I'm trying to build is the whole island is volcanic.
Okay.
And therefore, this is the main thing, but this is a secondary vent. Okay? So that's what they're supposed to infer. Okay, then other things I do, I have, since I'm on the subject of what I have in the Field Study Center. So this whole area is open to the water, whereas down here is another part of the mainland. Okay? So the mainland is here. So obviously the fetch here is greater than the fetch here. So I have an erosive coastline here with arches, stacked stumps, wave cut platform.
Okay.
But over here, I put a coral reef because the actually may not be necessarily be the best place, but I can't find any other place to put it. Okay? Yeah. So yeah.
So can my avatar go into your cave and then after that look? I mean, I look at it, it's like a hotspot,
under the
right?
CO model, the one is to 40.
Yeah, okay. If let's say go into the hotspot, and that, can they really feel, okay, there's no really steaming coming out, right?
No, the steam, and in the volcano, the reason I place a volcano here, even though it's a Jules Verne fantastical volcano, is because there's flowing lava, and then there's sounds of and it's really quite, but the only thing is it's not geomorphologically accurate in the sense that you are not actually walking in a lava chamber.
Okay, but can I assume that one that you have drawn is actually a hotspot?
Yes, it's meant to depict it's meant to depict it's meant to depict the hotspot, but the only thing in hotspot there needs to be some legacy under, but I don't own the land here. Somebody else owns the land there. Yeah.
No, because you see, what is difficult for us to actually show the children is the impact of earthquake or impact of volcanic eruption on on
I know.
human.
So I know that, I agree, but I think we have to move away from the questions that SL cannot answer. SL cannot help us with certain things. Okay? So that's probably one thing we have to concentrate on things which leverage SL rather than try to
but if let's say we have
one of the things that I have here, over here I have a lot of things, right? But one of the things I have here is I have a house, a normal looking house, except that I've scripted the house such that each piece of the house is separate. And then when somebody presses a button here, the whole house starts to collapse. And you can be an avatar in the house because it's a real scale house. It's a 2-story house. And then you can have a creative writing piece on, if you're an English teacher, some effective thing, or even a job lesson. Yeah, because the whole house collapsed. Yeah.
Only one house.
Yeah. because I put other things on the land. There's like I have a tornado simulation where you can actually get sucked up in a tornado, which is another yeah. Okay.
But you can have like a mudslide covering your whole body. You cannot.
They've got it already. Not the whole. Can but I'm trying to move. Okay. I know. The other thing I have here is I have a rock fall. So I have an invisible. When the avatar, then he triggers rock fall, and it really and then you can get physically shifted by the rocks. Yeah.
Okay.
Ash?
No, I've weather. So, you all asking very good questions. Thank you so much. Normally, I wouldn't say this because I again, going to my arrogant self, I usually don't like to talk about things which I do. But since you all are asking me, I will.
Since you have, why don't you share?
No.
That's selfish, not humble.
I'm selfish. If I was selfish, you know how much money I spent on SL a month?
Yes, I know.
This is all open to the public, no?
Yes, I know.
Okay. No, this is coming from NIE. It's all coming from my wallet, my own personal pay, you know.
Yes, we know.
So I have a weather zone here, and I have a weather zone here.
Okay.
So these two weather zones can have independent kind of weather. So one can be blizzard, one can be. So you can like this is really leveraging an SL, no?
Yeah.
Because you can compare and contrast.
Yeah.
Okay, so it can be like heavy rain, or it can be light snow or whatever lah. And then the clouds, because the guy who this is a custom job. Likewise, the coral reef, which is exactly the same as yours, is also a custom job. It's cost I don't know how many thousands of US dollars to just get the guy to do it. So anyway, but this weather zone is a custom job in the sense that he did it in close consultation with me.
Yes.
As a geographer. So he asked me what do the various cloud types look like and at what approximate levels should they be placed. So if you can you can on demand call up different cloud types, call it different weather patterns. Or lucky better, you can these two places are actually scripted to cities in real life. So for example, this can reflect the weather in Singapore, this can reflect the weather in Sydney.
Okay.
So it is both on demand as well as
Okay. So we can actually, let's say I want to have to show the students the effect of snow falling onto the, let's say the coniferous forest. Can I see?
Can, lucky better still, lucky better still. This part here, right? When whoever triggers the snow, the water here turn into ice. And then you can, because it's ice sheet, you can walk on the.
Okay, good.
You can walk on the ice.
Yeah, because it's
but
ice
the
sheet.
ice is not in varying degrees of.
No, it's a single ice sheet.
So where's this side?
The sim name is Bowness. BOWNESS.
Oxbow lateness.
No, I didn't name it. It's mainland. No, it's actually a real island. But I mean, it's part of the Lake District or something. Yeah. Lyndon named it. All the islands in this part, all the islands on this part of the map are all named after the Lake District.
So then what happened? Let's say the lease expires. Then what happened to all this stuff?
Oh, so when people cannot afford to pay, then Lyndon takes back the land and then releases it back onto the land market.
But what about your
then
stuff?
what
Can
about
you
all the
sell it?
resources? Like all these nice
Gone.
things? Like all these features that have been
It's
actually...
gone because all this get returned back to inventory. All this get returned back to
Can't you sell it to people?
No, I can. But she's asking.
Pick it up to sell.
No, can. That's why there's an active land market. That's why another very interesting thing to do in terms of field studies is location. Because you can ask your students to do an investigation of land values in different parts of Second Life.
Okay.
Then you can ask them why are some parts of land more expensive than others. Then you get into factors such as proximity to tourist attraction, proximity to the airport is right next to some graveyard or something. I mean, like virtual graveyard, and then you get a sunrise view. For example, all land in Second Life which has a sunrise view is extremely expensive.
Oh, okay. In Rainbow also like that.
Yeah, it's exactly the same principle. So there's a lot of job stuff you can do. It's just a matter of, that's why I say you all must open your own avatar accounts. And you have your own avatar accounts, I know in the case of two, but I never see you online. So, yeah, you won't know until you try out and masa. You must try out. Then you realize how sophisticated the world is. It's a world, you know.
Okay, but the thing is, after this, like, can we sell it or something and make money, and then you can actually use it to fund your future project?
What for? Because I already spent so much thousands of dollars on this. I'm going to maintain this for the rest of my life.
Oh.
But for this one I can't because I'm using Singapore money. I'm using NRF money. So once this is so I can't make money out of this. I can't. But this one I can. But I'm not going to sell this because I'm going to keep this for a long time.
Hard work.
Very hard work.
Yeah, very hard work.
Of course, I didn't build it myself. I had a team of people that helped me build. Okay, so now seriously, do we need to make any more? I think I wanted to nail this. This was the main thing I wanted to nail, and I think we nailed it. This one we.
But
Yeah.
if you create this loop here, like a room type thing, then your you know, the drift there, you won't be able to create a lot of coastal features on that coast, right? Because it's so sheltered.
Down here, is it? Yeah, can.
So technically you
we
only
don't-
expose
maybe
to
it
the
doesn't need
top.
totally expose. Maybe it doesn't need to curl back. Maybe it doesn't need to curl back. Then we can talk about it. Then we can.
Because we need our headlands and waves.
Yeah, but the headland we can do it top. The bottom part is very nice and we have
Actually-
river features around.
Then so much
Is it-
sea.
We should
is it like that? Is that what you're thinking of?
Then that means you can have another island.
We should do it
How?
at different.
You mean
an
like-
atoll or
yeah,
something.
yeah.
You mean like this?
I don't know.
Maybe we can use the top left
Yeah.
one.
Top left.
Top here.
Yeah, that.
But this is
No,
yeah,
this
But
is
that
there,
belongs to
is it?
Kuchran, right?
Oh,
that is
okay.
Kuchran.
But must it join up? The question is.
No,
Not
no,
necessarily.
it can't join up because there are 5. So there'll be one odd one. Yeah.
Oh, so it's okay, right?
Yeah, no, it's totally fine.
Or
Yeah,
we can
I
change the
agree.
position of the sims. This cell can.
And the other- yeah, we can definitely.
Yeah,
anything
the-
is,
so the
anything is
bottom
up to negotiation. So what would you suggest?
That bottom one should be placed on either sides or top. Yeah.
You mean some
Yeah.
on top? Okay, so the merit of that would be, what's the merit?
That I can use the so-called open sea conditions up there. Then I create my headlands and bays and beaches. Because right now here,
We
because we
can't
want
have
to
headland base, right? Because the
Yeah.
fetch is too started. Yeah. Okay, understood.
Get rid of the
Okay,
bottom.
can, no problem.
On the south.
we need the open
Yeah, we
sea
need-
view.
yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way,
So it's
so if
top
if
left or
anyone
top
wants to
right,
do urban
and
studies,
then join up,
if
isn't
anyone
it?
wants to do urban studies, I would be more than happy to, because this lends itself so nicely to his CO, you know.
Okay.
I can do things like, as I said, I can do land use mapping, I can do land values, I can do a lot of things. Also, can the 4 schools, can
Why
the
not in a syllabus?
3 schools?
Yeah, it's
I
not
don't know whether it's syllabus or not lah. Yeah, that's the other thing. So, okay, no, Annabella, you were saying possibly put it up here, right? Okay, and the advantage of putting it up here,
Then we can play with the sea.
yeah, but where would the land be? You mean totally your water? I don't mind if it's water.
No, as in, my land will be I'll be concentrating on the top part of the land. So,
Just try.
that's really, I can't
No, I
reach
can't- I
that.
can't picture
I
it.
can't reach that high.
Oh, right. So, no, but this is water now. Annabella, this is water now.
But can I block? Or why not? You don't have to have any connection with this, or should we have connection?
Connections are good because they show context. This one can be totally standalone. So, okay, let's say we have a standalone sim.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then and this is the open space one. Or whichever is any direction it will work, or even here. So we need our headlands and waves. Yeah, in that sense. Because right now, just now, it was too narrow a space. And then having the land around here will make it seem like the fetch is very small.
Sure. Okay.
So, but I think it's just very simple orientation.
Yeah. Yeah.
To do.
So you're thinking of this stretch. If we want to have the context, they can go up like that. Right? Couldn't it?
But this one is Kuchran, so we can't.
Yeah, and Cochrane, Spencer, you want preferably Cochrane wants it here because of the
Singapore Island.
connection
Connection,
with the urbanized suburban area here, right? And it kind of connects into the waste management steam, right? Okay, so I think we don't
This
touch
half,
this part.
half part here can
Yeah, I
shift
think
it.
the half part is a bit, yeah, the half part
Yeah.
can be questioned. I agree, the half part can be questioned.
Okay, then
So let's see, let's say the half part. Thanks, Annabella. Okay, so let's say let's here. So
Then now we can use
Yeah.
like east side.
and then okay, yeah. So then this standalone part becomes the terraforming base lah.
Okay, so we can
Yeah.
use the open sea on the right.
Yeah. So okay. So this entire sim is just for terraforming. Okay. Yeah.
But just now I thought Venus, because you're going to have the river exploration for Sec 1. Sec 1, the river will have to be exploration, so you need to create a river landscape.
But she's trying to create a coastal landscape. So I'm trying to see how
Ah,
see
can
how
you
the
link
two
it
can
up?
be amalgamated lah.
Yeah, correct.
Something like that lah.
Into that.
Then we can have like
These are all the
yeah,
plantation.
maybe we can raise this part a little bit, raise the border here, if it doesn't impact upon too many structures that are already in place. But if not, it's okay. We just start raising here, and then we can have some rivers like that, and then you can do your. Does
You
that?
already have a mountain down there, right? At the jutting
On
up
the,
area.
then we have settlement.
We have a mountain. Just now Spencer, you said that.
Oh no, but now we've got it. No, the land is delivered. The land is delivered flat. Firstly, no. Now we've amalgamated. This whole sim is like kind of standalone.
Mm.
Yeah. So it actually doesn't need to be connected anything because this is just a sandbox.
Just now he said that there's a
Mountain here,
higher
right?
than from
No,
here,
the
right?
reason. No. Right now there isn't. Right now that I said that this part needs to be higher because of yeah. Especially your land is quite flat, right?
I
At the
can't
at the
remember
moment.
because currently our kids, what we normally do is they'll walk the boardwalk here, they'll come here. We did tell them to leave this space free.
So it
And
could
to actually build, I'm not sure they actually built in a high feature
Wait,
there.
Jawa is there?
Yeah, no, Czech Java was on top, the mango.
On top,
Oh,
the top.
okay.
The circle.
So I'm not too sure whether they actually put in a query because we told them that future
Oh yeah, the
extension we want to
quarry.
put in
Oh,
the
okay, never
query
mind. Yeah, we can look
part,
at it.
that part there, but
Yeah, but even if there is something here, we can just raise the land here lah. Instead of
that's
raising the
fine.
land here. Yeah.
But this is good. The river runs in
Yeah, runs into the coast.
Then you have
It has
all
to
the
be,
coast,
yes.
yes.
Yeah.
And then we can have settlement on the right.
And then remember I was
Settlement
telling
where?
you,
Here.
Kenneth, I was telling you about the history lesson. They want to understand the formation of civilization, development of civilization. So you see that so you have to probably link it up.
Oh, okay. So okay. Yeah. Yeah lah. So this looks quite okay lah, I think. Huh?
That, yeah.
Cost.
Okay.
I think it's good if you also have one.
Oh, but we have something up here, right? We have still one island not.
1, 2, 3.
We have still one island not.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
on top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Operated.
Okay. So what shall we do with
There.
this? Where shall we put it? We can always take this away. We can always put this down here by itself.
Yeah.
North of the mangrove.
I think we should. Otherwise it look very weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's one of the
Then let's say,
concern
like you remember you talked about the poetry.
not block the river.
Let's say I have a whole layer, let's say a whole meadow, let's say for example. Then we can
Oh, you wanted yeah. Oh, a meadow ah.
can or not?
Can, but you want it for non-job lah.
Poetry.
Yeah.
Unseen poetry especially.
Okay. So you want to how you want to?
That means we need a flat land which can actually be used for both the natural landscape as well as the urban landscape.
Okay. So maybe the land goes high. Maybe this is some kind of plateau lah. Some kind of. Oh, but then it'll be flat. It will be high. It's just flat, right?
Yeah. Maybe we should do a peninsula.
Like Spain, reversed. Like that. I don't know. Okay, now Habiba for possibly she's thinking of literature, so she wants some kind of plain here lah, a meadow. She calls it a meadow. Okay, for lit or English or whatever, creative writing. So is there anything else that we can use this for?
What about tourism? Can we incorporate tourism?
How about ecotourism?
That's possible.
Yeah.
Ecotourism, there's plenty because you've got like mangrove and all that kind of stuff. But tourism in a suburban landscape.
Okay. Oh, I might continue.
I think we leave it as
Okay, can. We made a lot of progress, huh?
Yeah.
I think we've achieved quite. This is what I wanted to achieve last week, right? I think. Spencer, you got it? You okay?
Just study. So
Yeah.
basically, on the third island that you are building, it's just natural formations. Is it? Will there be any objects or things like that?
We will be we can do basic. I think Habiba has in mind. What we did with her lesson was we put huts and jetties and trees or whatever into the students' inventory. Then we kind of like did a settlement, a decision-making activity on the most appropriate site for settlement, based on the quite okay, right? I think, yeah. So those kind of simple things are easy to construct, but I don't want like huge, sophisticated things like you have here lah. That one very expensive. Okay, yeah.
So the plains and meadows used for literature, how is it going to be used?
You see, for example, the poetry poem, right? The daffodils. You know, to make them go through the avatar, go through the meadows to see how it can, inspire the poet to actually write the poem and see what a meadow really is. Because we don't have a meadow. It has two-pronged approach. The concretization of your poem into real life. So virtual, yes.
She's coming from the point. Her idea was triggered by something that I was sharing, because I was sharing about my geography field studies center, right? So I was also sharing about recently I took over from So recently I took over from Oxford. Oxford has developed for the past 2 years. You know the World War I poets, the war poets like Wilfred Owen and all that. The problem was that last time when we studied them in school, I'm not sure they do that anymore by now, but last time we studied them in school, we studied from the anthology, the little booklet, right? And then it's like, okay, they're actually very good poets, like poetry, but still the problem is that you're reading it from a book, which is a very abstract experience. So what Oxford did for the past few years, but they've stopped it because they removed the education discount, is that they built a recreation of the Western Front trenches. So it's trench warfare, between the Allied forces and the Germans. And you have like mines and you have full height trenches, full scale to your avatar. And then the whole thing, remember Kelvin just now is saying that you can control the climate, right? So because you own the island, I can come. So I put the settings to be like very dreary and very, and yeah. So that was and then the way they simulate the way they integrate it with the poetry is very well done, because they've also got oral archive history from some of the survivors of the war. And then you walk along and then you hear, it's like ghostly voices like that. And then you, like for example, the green chlorine gas, not only do you see the gas, but you see the words from the poem. So so it's like floating. It's very well done. That's why I don't mind paying an extra $300 a month just to take over this sim, because it's too good to let go. It's too good an example of how to use SL for humanities education. I tell you, yeah.
But if it's experiential, why can't all of it be experiential for the sake of literature and poetry and so on?
Yeah. So okay. You mean the entire thing? Sure. Yeah. But we would if you want to do it for literature, I'm not obliging you. But if what is motivating you, your question is that you are possibly thinking of doing it for literature in your school. I'm not even sure whether the school offers literature or not. But assuming that your school does offer literature and you think, sure, yeah, then we can indeed, because it's meant to be a multi-purpose contextual environment. Yeah. So it looks as if we seem to have one sim spare, which is a good position to be in now, because we don't really know what to do here. Yeah? This sim is quite clearly outlined. This sim is very clearly outlined. Yeah, okay, good.
Can we have one offshore island?
Uh-huh.
I mean, to have some kind of sheltered waters.
Okay.
But that's already a sheltered water.
Which one?
That's the reef area. That's
The
already a
reef
sheltered
area.
water.
But this one is not being used, right, this side?
No, but if you're talking about sheltered water,
Okay,
there's already a sheltered water area there.
Not that I don't.
Okay.
Okay, not that I'm trying to. Okay, it looks as if I'm trying to it looks as if I'm discounting you, but I'm not. I'm not trying to discount you, but I'm just thinking of how to use this properly. So let's say we close the, and then is that what you're thinking of? So all this is water. Is that what you're thinking of? An offshore island, and then you can have. Is that what you're
Then you
thinking
can
of?
have a split or Tombolo because there's the
Oh,
precision.
alright. Okay. Yeah. That can easily be formed. Yeah. Like that, right? Or whatever lah. Yeah. We can easily do that. Whatever lah. I mean, in a contextually sensitive way lah. Recurring split. Huh? I think that's a good use of the land, honestly. But in a contextually sensitive way, so that it
And
makes
then
sense
on the
from
island we can have
from the
meadows.
Huh?
Your beautiful scenery in the island by yourself.
No, yeah, you can have the meadows here.
Yeah.
Right? If your island is big enough, you can have the meadows here. You can have the meadows on the island.
Can you
Yeah.
have the meadows at the foothills of the mountains?
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
No, you can have your moors.
Yeah, whatever lah. Okay, good. I think this is good. So this is quite clearly coastal plus a bit of lit if necessary. And this is like this whole combination of settlement, hydrology, and coast, plus relief. Yeah, and this is it's very good.
It's the same weather, is it?
We're gonna have a river going through though, right?
Yeah, we have a river.
We are gonna have a river cutting through land.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are meant to be the.
River coming
Yeah.
Oh,
into
I
the.
think I'll do the same
Oh,
thing.
Then where's your terraform site now?
It'll be a separate thing by itself.
Separate.
Yeah, so that it doesn't like interfere with anything else. Unless it looks very weird.
Do what?
Yeah.
The middle because the whole thing must
Yeah,
create
yeah. So it's very beautiful. Upper, middle, and the.
Yeah. Okay, good. Wow, fantastic, terrific.
This was so much, but then this one is just
Yeah, we should capture this somehow. I mean, I know it's being recorded, but just in case we, we should take a photo. Okay, I've finished everything I wanted to talk about.
Revision also.
So now I guess individually when I go and visit you in schools, we can work out the individual lesson units and curricular plans lah. Yeah? Okay.
I was just thinking, offshore island that Annabelle was talking about, right? Does it have to be of a certain size? I'm not geography trained, so just wondering, is Pulau Semakau considered offshore island? I guess it would be, right? And since we're actually planning to factor Merdeka,
Yeah.
would you want to save on one land space and actually plunk the offshore island into?
In fact, it would be better
phase
because Semakau already has that kind of
Correct.
vegetative
And then
depositional.
actually,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
But it's also a landfill island
The split can still
sometimes,
form,
right?
Yes.
So
It
the
depends on.
shapes is different if it's humanly there's human
Oh, I see.
intervention.
Because
You just want to save.
no, I think they're compatible.
Yours is not.
I think they're
Doesn't
compatible
interfere.
because you can have. I mean, you don't have an exact replica of Semakau. I'm assuming you're not doing that, but I don't think you're doing that because you're actually combining a few things into. It's kind of like suggestive of Semakau, but not a replica of it, right? Yeah. So you can still have your splits and tombolo
Yes.
around it, but yeah, it's not incompatible. Okay, can. In that case, yeah, but maybe for now we just leave it. We can leave this an open water here and put a couple of islands here and then see what our fancy takes us. Maybe we'll think of something else. Yeah. Okay. You got evening function, right?
yeah, we have, I think it's about 5 or 6.
Assuming things like that.
Oh, by the way, the meeting tomorrow is cancelled at TJ.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
Keep
not
me
cancelled,
informed.
postponed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Thanks a lot for letting me know. I appreciate it.
You can join them for the field trip.
Yeah, just let me know. Yeah,
Take
I'd
pictures.
love to. Yeah.
It'd be great if you can simulate some of the postal
Kevin, yeah,
pictures.
got anything to ask? Because you're
We're
kind of
gonna
like.
take a look at what.
Yeah, I need to.
No, we're going to take a look first.
Figure out what you like.
Then after that, we're going to do for
Hopefully
students.
for an environment.
Mm.
I will come back with you with more
Mhm.
questions. Once I
Yeah.
feel around, see
Yeah.
what is
Because right now you don't know what to ask.
Hello, two of you.
Really
Hello,
for
two
you.
of you. I can't.
We can drag you around. You can get
Human
human spit.
Hello?
Human split.
Okay. Yeah, please do. Please, yes. Yeah.
Enjoy
Sorry,
yourselves.
I need your help to inform your HOD ICT to just raise a service request to NCS to push down 3 softwares into your computers. I will send everybody an email what the three softwares are.
Okay.
And then after the service request is raised, then NCS will run their own compatibility test on their end. And then they will figure out the most efficient and effective way to kind of push it out to all the computers. Worst case scenario is they install it manually, but I really hope that it does not happen that way. Yeah, so hopefully they will be able to kind of push it on their end to all 4 schools. Yeah, but the service request unfortunately needs to be raised individually. Yeah. Thanks.
Matthew actually have already written to that. I gave the
Oh, the 3.
so I asked the key to pass to the HOD.
Oh, so nice.
Yeah, but it's good that
And then
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Service request for free software. But the thing is that we can only raise the service request knowing what software.
Yeah, I've listed
Yeah,
it.
that's right.
I've listed it to Mr. Lim, and I asked Mr. Lim to pass it to. Yeah.
Richard will forward to
Yeah.
the
Okay.
So then I will send everyone.
And you are going to do the look testing. So
Yeah.
very
Correct.
convenient. It's okay.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks.
Yeah, you just tell
Yeah.
me where.
It needs to be. We can't do load testing until the software comes in.
We will wait for
Yeah.
that. Then
Yeah.
we will-
That's why I cannot afford to start term 1 because term 1 got all these things to issue. I need to.
You don't have an idea when we can start, is it? Because the TA, you know, you have to like
book them.
yeah, you have to
Oh,
inform
you have to.
them.
Oh, we have to book the rooms.
No,
Ah,
they have to load
oh.
in the stuff.
Huh?
Manpower as well
They
as
have
the
to
room.
load in the what do you call it? Update SL. into
No,
the
Matthew is saying that he's hoping that the ideal case is that NCS will push the software to the
Then don't have
computer.
manually load.
So the TA no need to manually load. However, we're not sure whether it
Yeah,
can be
but
done.
according to my at TA, I think cannot. I think so.
But that was the old now that was the old
They changed
system
server
now.
already.
They changed
Oh,
they
okay.
changed something,
Yeah.
yeah.
Do some magic.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now.
So okay, I guess so again I repeat my invitation. If anybody wants to think about urban studies, let me know. You can continue the conversation one-on-one with your school. The other thing is, now that you know your particular topics, you try to do a I guess I don't use the word homework, but we have to try to do the kind of rudimentary lesson plan according to either. Okay, so the next question is how many? Yeah, so yeah, I need to go. No need any more joint meetings, but I will go down to each of your 4 schools, and then we will work out together. Because it cannot like be a one-off. That's not very effective. So it needs to be like a lesson. What do they call it? Unit plan. A unit plan. A unit plan. It needs to be a unit plan. But of course, not every lesson in the unit is an SL lesson, okay? But it needs to be a unit plan, yeah. Okay. I'm quite happy. I think we've covered everything. Because then when I see one-on-one, then we will decide whether it's CI or CO, Yeah. Okay.
So for us, right, the one-to-one is not a problem. It's already more or less settled. It's the CO, right? That we have to explain.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah. Okay, I don't want to keep you further that you need to.
So who's going to do the bigger landscape?
I will do the terraforming.
Okay.
Terraforming is very easy. Unless you want to help me, you can help me. If not, then you can learn how to
For
terraform.
me to pay
Yeah.
experts.
We can do it together.
Just
Okay,
Yeah.
can.
Yeah.
I think he's offering, yeah.
Yeah, we can terraform together. It's actually very fun. I love terraforming.
Yeah.
The very first time I terraform, you will make a huge mess of land. But like what we said, but after a while you get the hang of it. It's like painting with. It's like doing Photoshop.
Yeah.
It's like doing Photoshop with dimensions.
You can
It's
plant all
very
your
very
plants.
fun.
So when are you going to do that?
Once we get money.
Once
Once we
Saturday
get.
morning?
Huh?
Money.
No, once.
Saturday morning.
Yeah, we can do it. Whatever lah. That one has actually that one even can be done online. Because you can be at your home, I can be at my home, then we can all like be terraforming together and just leveraging the affordance of the environment. Yeah. You know, yeah. So it's like we don't need but of course you want to do it face to face also can no problem.
One nice we create our own land and do it what we want.
Yeah.
Rather
This,
than let
correct. Exactly. This is what we are advocating all along. Yeah. Okay,
My
good.
house from there.
Oh, you should see my
Oh, you can't-
house.
You can't have
My
it in
house
real
is
life and
very,
you
very
can't have it in
nice.
virtual, right?
My house is very, very nice, but that's another story. It's very nice.
So it's open for everybody to see.
Yeah,
your
my
taste
house,
and everything.
my house is in the same. My house. Okay, so this one is in Bounders,
The
right?
house that I built,
Yeah.
right? The house
This is
that I
in
built.
Bounders. Have you seen my house?
No.
Okay, so this field study center is in Bounders, right? Then the World War One is in this same called Frieders Wieder. This is actually, it was a weird name, but it's actually the patron saint of Oxford University. So that's why they named it that way. Okay. So that's the World War One, right? Then my house is in the same of Cassia. Yeah.
Okay, we go visit.
Yeah, what are we gonna name
All the chim chim word.
Yeah, no, I didn't give the. No, my house is on the mainland. Mainland more expensive.
What does it mean?
No, I,
Maybe your house.
I think it's probably a real place lah. I don't know. You can go and Google it. I think it's all these are named after real places in real life.
Oh.
Yeah.
Clear? I want to do essay.
Okay.
Good. Thank you very much.
I got essay. I got good presentation. My new presentation is alternate.
Okay, thank you.
My house got exploding volcano.
Alternative.
Really? Ah?
Ah.
You live in a volcano.
I must buy a multi because now with the what do you call it, NCS schedule anyhow just going.
There's no problem right with Mac.
Yeah.
Mac and PC is fine, right?
Fine,
Mac,
fine.
yeah, okay.
Can I write a suggestion
Okay, I'm gonna stop the
that we are
video.
being limited?
Yes, definitely.
Oh, you mean?
We have been video
Yeah, this is data.
Yep. Why
This is translational data, you know. Yeah.
Stop.